All right, our next candidate is David Franklin.
Thank you for inviting me here this evening. My name is Franklin, David Franklin, and clean water is my business. And before I moved here from beautiful Hawaii and put down roots in Clarksurg many years ago, I was a very successful business owner, and I've attended several of the water board meetings, and they're very well run by two ex-mayors of the city of Clarksurg. And at the time there was an opening, and I thought, what better way to serve my community than to offer my services. And my friends know I have a deep interest in the environment. I am a farmer. I grow raspberries here in Clarksburg, and I wanted to give back to my community. And I want to be part of the future plans of the city of Clarksburg, and if that means helping develop any future reservoir system, I would like to be part of the water board. And I'm number 2 on the ballot. I try hard. Thank you.
All right, we're moving right along. I really wondered at the beginning if 2 minutes was going to be long enough, but it appears that it's going to be. Our third candidate for the water board is Paul Howell III.
Thank you for having me. My name is Paul Howell. I run for Clarksurg Water Board. I've spent 5 years in the Clarksurg Water Board prior. I want to run for the Clarksurg Water Board because the quality of our water adds a lot to our community. We have one of the best water systems in the state of West Virginia, and it's in pretty good shape. And we need to continue that to help economic development in our county. The Clarksurg Water Board delivers water to over 80% of the public in Harrison County. Many of you may not know that. It's a huge economic drive in our community. It's important that we keep our rates low, and that's why I'm running for the Clarksurg Water Board. I appreciate your vote. Thank you.
All right, we'll proceed now with the candidates for City Council. First person on the list is Sean Jedzu.
Hello, my name is Sean Jedzu. I'm a recent transplant to Clarksburg. I've only lived here since 2007. I've been active in the community for the last 2 years. The big project I've been working on is the restoration of the Oddfellow Cemetery on South Chestnut Street. It's pretty much, it started one day where I just noticed that it had become highly overgrown. So I saw an article in the Clarksburg Exponent, and I reached out to the owners to find out what I could possibly do for him as a service to my community. And over the last 2 years, it's grown from maintenance to becoming kind of a, for lack of a better term, a like educational opportunity, because we've partnered with teachers from Mountaineer Middle School, WI, and she and a couple others come through and have their students do some research. They also, through that, it's grown into the Fairmont State, because one of our students' father happened to be a professor over there, or instructor, and he got interested and he brought his class down there. Now, I'd like to use that kind of model to try to improve our city and try to get a little bit more community involvement and grow things like the neighborhood watch to combat crime, because I thoroughly believe that it's us, the citizens, this is our city, and that we should do our best. I view council and government as more of a supportive network to help the community, not necessarily to run the community. And pretty much out of things to say. I'm not a good public speaker. It's been a pleasure speaking to you.
Okay, our next Candidate is William Bill Brady.
I too would like to thank you for coming this evening and to thank you all for the opportunity to invite me to meet my fellow candidates, meet my fellow candidates and speak to you as one-on-one or more as time goes on. I'm a lifelong resident of Clarksurg. I grew up in Adams, born at St. Mary's Hospital in 1951, went to public school, graduated from Victory High in '69. Worked at Kroger's management, left the area for a while. Work came back because I couldn't stand to be away, and I truly love this town. My big thing is I've answered some questionnaires about what's my vision for Clarksurg. My vision for Clarksurg is I'd like to see it once again reestablish itself as the center of economic and social development in the county, and not just in the county, north central West Virginia. Come back to being the jewel of the hills. The way that's going to happen, and the only way it can happen, is to have a strong basic economy. We need to bring business back over to the west side of 79. In order to do that, we're going to have to reach out. We have to find out what the problems have been in the past, what we can do to correct it. And most of all, it's going to take a lot of work. That work's going to have to not only come from members of council, whoever may be fortunate enough to be elected, it's also going to have to come from everyone in this city. Nothing ever comes free. We're going to have it. You know, if we choose to sit back, be reactive, and not be proactive, we will be taken over. We become secondary. So the time has come, I think, it's very quickly coming, what we want to do. And I think that most of us, if we looked at it, we have children, we want them to stay here. We're going to want to search for some type of growth and development. Past that, I thank you once again. If you have any questions, I will make a pledge to you. I have a phone number on my brochure. I will answer. If I don't answer, I will return phone calls. If elected, I'll always be open to comments and questions. That's what I'm here to do, is to work for you. Thank you very much.
Well, we're moving right along. Sam Zeke Lopez.
I'd like to thank Bill and Singers for having this forum tonight. And my name is Sam Zeke Lopez. I am the longest tenured council person now in the city. So I'm running for my 5th term. A new light has kindled in me because we are doing so great in the city of Clarksburg. And when I first got on 16 years ago, I mean, we have increased the senior center's food program up to $20,000. I was on the senior board when we got the exercise room downstairs, and also I'm president on the senior board, the central board, where we are giving free bus rides to seniors over 62, veterans, and disability, people on disability. I know a big problem in our community is drugs, which it is all across this country. When I first got on the police department, we had 32 officers. Today we have 46 police officers patrolling our streets and 3 on the task force. Economic development is exploding in Clarksburg, West Virginia. Highland Hospital, 300 jobs. Sheets, Shop and Save a Lot, CVS, and it goes on and on. I mean, and you can, as in the paper Sunday, you can see what we're trying to do with the Rose Garden. We want the Rose Garden is a piece of the puzzle for downtown Clarksburg. It is very important. I've also expressed a big thing in a hotel and a convention center downtown, which we are exploiting that too at this moment. And neighborhood revitalization, demolition, second to none. We're actually building new houses in our neighborhoods now because of the demolition program. Sidewalk program, second to none. We have people from other cities in the state to see our demolition and our sidewalk program. But one thing Clarksburg can be proud of, we have over $3 million in our rainy day fund to do projects on Chestnut Street, the Clark Street Bridge, matching funds that we never had before to do projects now. So I know that the infrastructure is going to continue. High Avenue, matching funds on a High Avenue. I mean, it never was this rosy. That's why I decided to run again, because I feel that I deserve to be on council for what I had to go through in the past to get to the present. I'm going to the future and bring Clarksburg for a better to live. I appreciate your vote and support. Thank you.
Next candidate, Jim Malfajoe.
Thank you for having me. I'm Jim Malfajoe. I'm asking for your vote for Clarksburg City Council. I'm married to the former Brenda. We've been married 34 years. I have 2 sons, James and Julian. I'm the former owner of Washington Square Restaurant for 22 years. Still own business in Clarksburg, Malfajoe Enterprises, doing business as J&J Wing Sauce. I would like to see the City of Clarksburg remove the parking meters in downtown to help the local business and offer free 2-hour parking. I support the development of the Rose Garden Theater into a cultural center. The city needs to continue to work with the county, state, and federal agencies and the Drug Task Force to continue to eradicate our neighborhoods of our drug problems. I feel my business experience and common sense approach would be an asset of the daily workings of city government, and I will listen to the people of Clarksburg. Thank you.